How's it going, everyone? Well, real quick, wanted to make a video and show you how I was able to repair my awning. Now, if you're checking out this video, maybe you have experienced this yourself, but it's pretty cheap and pretty simple to repair, so just follow along and we're going to get this fixed. Decided that you're going to take a look at your awning there. The first thing you're going to do is go get yourself a good stable ladder and get up there and just start checking it out. Now, once you've gotten up there, and if your awning is like mine, you're going to have a little bit of mildew, a little bit of staining on the top there, and we got to get all that off. You'll see here, I just got a bucket of water with a magic eraser, and the Flex Seal here is what we're going to use to put a new coating on that awning, and then this is the container that just to pour the Flex Seal in. But the most important part of this is preparation. Now, coming up here, we start cutting off all of these very loose pieces of the awning, but normally this would be kind of like a little bit sticky and flexible. You know, nice new vinyl is flexible and has some give to it. This stuff is all pretty dried out. This camper is from 2006, and this awning has seen a lot of sun. So we're just cleaning and removing, and we're going to move on to using the magic eraser to clean off this mildew, but for right now we're just cleaning it up and trying to create a clean transition line for our repair.
So here we go. While I was kind of going down the line here, I see there's another spot right here. We're going to try to cut this out. I'm not sure if I should cut this out or try to fill it. I'm just going to try to fill it. Man, but it's crispy down here at the end. I don't like this. Let's kind of check this out a little bit. I think what we're going to do is we're almost going to use this like glue. We're going to hold this, just try to keep the water out of here when I clean this. But I think I also have more to worry about back here. This is all pretty crunchy, and I think it's separated. I can't tell. And the threading is all gone. It's not great, but at least it's still together. We'll keep messing with it.
So now that I've pretty much assessed the condition of the entire awning, this top area, now's the time to just start cleaning it. So I've got my magic eraser and some water, and we're just cleaning off all of this mildew. Now, ultimately, we are going to be rolling the Flex Seal over top of this, so I don't want any of that mildew stuck inside there, and the magic eraser and water does a really great job, as you can see here, of cleaning it out. Now I'm just going all the way down the line and using my brush to get any debris out of that channel there where the awning meets the camper. And I used my magic eraser and a little paintbrush and cleaned out that groove. Now, the next thing I did, and use this at your discretion, but that the material, the woven material inside the awning is kind of like nylon rope, and I used my torch here to shrink it down, and just a teeny tiny little bit of heat was able to shrink those fibers and make them lay down flatter. In the end, more layers of Flex Seal probably would have been just as effective at smoothing these out, but this is something that I did, and it did work out pretty well for me. Just make sure you don't burn any holes in your awning. And now our last little bit of prep work, I'm going to lay down a line of blue painter's tape, and this is going to be where our Flex Seal stops. I'm going to build little dams at the end there to hold any Flex Seal from flowing over the edges. And now it's time to get out the Flex Seal.
Stir can well, do not shake. Oh. Okay.
Now learn from my mistakes here. I picked a pretty windy day to do this repair, and just the only problem with that is this Flex Seal does not clean up. If you get it on your clothing, you're not getting it out. It can blow around a little bit, and if you spill some on your roof, it's not a big deal. It's very similar to what's already up there, but do take every precaution you can just to try to keep a minimal mess. In the end, it just makes for a better looking repair. And you just start rolling this stuff on. Now, it goes on pretty thick, and the awning is pretty thirsty. The weave layer there sucked up a lot of the Flex Seal. Now, there are ways online that you could look up to thin the Flex Seal to make it flow a little bit better. Use your judgment. I did not thin my Flex Seal at all, and it did help to fill the gaps. Now you see here, like I'm kind of pushing it under this transition line because I don't want water or debris to catch in this line that I've got there down by my blue painter's tape. And then at the very tip top there, I'm brushing it over the threads where the awning is sewn together, but I don't want to bridge the gap between the metal on the camper and the awning, because if I ever did decide that I want to slide the awning out and replace it for some reason, you would have to cut that Flex Seal, and it might make removing the awning much more difficult than it needs to be. So just try to keep the line clean and just take your time. But you're going to be putting on a lot of Flex Seal. Just this area you see that I did here is about a foot, and then a foot deep and about as long as the awning is. I went through almost an entire can, and that was about 2 pretty heavy coats, and I could have gone thicker and I would have ended up with a smoother finish, but this was effective. I just wanted something that would allow the awning to live a little bit longer, but also deflect, properly handle rainwater and not look like heck on my camper. I mean, I still want to have my camper, but the amount for a new awning makes it almost prohibitive in some cases for people to replace their awnings. I mean, my camper is not worth a $400 or $500 awning, or if I had it installed, it might be well over $1,000. This, in the end, worked out awesome, but you're just watching the progress here, and we're going to keep going. So what you're going to see here now is I decided after looking at this for a little bit that this entire back section here was delaminated. Now it looks like it's in pretty great condition, but you can see as I'm cutting it and kind of picking at it that there's no adhesion between that top layer and the inner layers in the awning. So I decided to cut it open. And while this did work out pretty well, the only thing that I would have done differently is I would have not cut it right there in the middle, because whenever this awning is rolled up and stowed, that cut line kind of points right straight out at you. So I would have either cut closer to the blue painter's tape or closer to the roof of the camper. But in the end, I peeled the layers back, put some Flex Seal underneath there to kind of act as a glue, laid the layers back down, and Flex Sealed over the top of it to kind of make it all a seamless layer. This is only going to be the first coat, but you want to pull the Flex Seal all the way down to your blue painter's tape and try to have a seamless layer of Flex Seal here.
All right, so I've come back out. This is a couple days later now, and I actually, after I did that first coat, I came outside and laid the awning down on the side of the camper to help stretch it out flat while it cured. And I think it looks awesome. And this is only the first coat. Down here is pretty good because this wasn't too damaged. But down here, you can see this where it was stripped. It's looking pretty good. Now we're gonna add another coat. Alright, so now it's been about a week since we last put the last coat up here, and now we're going to go take this down and close this thing up, and the only tool we're going to need is a razor knife. And here we have now, this stuff turned out amazing. Now there's a little bit of texture up here where the fibers, where the old fibers from the awning, it's kind of like a fiberglass where they had started to kind of fly away. But other than that, man, this thing turned out awesome. It's got It's this is from using the white Flex Seal and just rolling it on, but it feels kind of like a rubber pool liner. It's really very, very flexible. It's very smooth. It's very, very bright white. It's almost hard to look at, but we're gonna get it off of here. But the whole thing turned out really awesome. So let's get this blue painter's tape off and we'll see what it looks like when we're all done. Amazing. There we go. I got a little bit of a better look. Now it's gotten some stuff landed on it here in the last couple days, but I think it looks great. This crease here is where I slit the upper layer and put some of the Flex Seal inside of it, and it's sealed up really great, and it feels good. It doesn't have that kind of papery feel that it had before because it was drying out, and it's covering this area that is usually exposed when the camper is in storage. So the rest of this awning feels pretty good, and this should last a long time. So as long as this is all we've really messed with, I think we're going to be great, and I don't think I'm going to have to worry about changing this awning, at least while I own it. And I think it looks good. I don't think it's so much a band-aid. I think this could be a long-term solution. Got a little bit of a better look now. I'm gonna call that a win.
And that wraps it up, guys. So I hope you found this video useful, and I hope it helps you out. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Throw me a like down below if you think I deserved it, and hit me up in the comments because I really enjoy talking to you guys. So until the next one, thanks for watching. Don't be a stranger.